Hi, everyone. I'm Colleen, and I'm back for another live stream brought to you by Princess Dental Staffing. So happy to be here with everybody on this beautiful, bright hump day. Hopefully, it's nice and bright where you are today. Halfway through the week, congratulations on getting this far. So today, before we jump into today's topic, I want to talk about a few different things. So if you normally follow these live streams either on YouTube or Facebook, you know that I normally do these live streams at one per weekday, okay? And I just want to let everyone know that we are going to be updating it. Starting this week, we're updating it, and the new schedule is going to be we're going to be doing these live streams every Wednesday at noon Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so that's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or that's 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central, noon Mountain Standard, and 11 a.m. on Pacific Time. Okay, so we'll be doing these every Wednesday. Okay, and they're going to be a little bit longer sessions. We're going to be talking a little bit more in depth, delving a little bit more in depth in each of these different topics that we bring to you every week. Okay, so if you don't want to miss these live streams, be sure to like our page, subscribe to our channel, just so you don't miss out on any of the live streams and any of the information that we're bringing to you, okay? And if you do find this information helpful, or if you have any thoughts or insights on any of the topics that we're going to be covering on a weekly basis, I encourage you to like the video or comment on the video and share your insights and your thoughts and your questions with everyone, okay? So again, so glad everyone could be here with me today. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about dental assistants and dental hygienists, hygienists, and the difference between the two. And we're just going to compare and contrast them and talk about each. Okay. So if you don't have any personal experience in the dental industry, or maybe you just graduated from school, university, or training program, and you don't have that much experience in the dental industry yet, but dental assistant and dental hygienist, it can be a little bit confusing, right? Because, I mean, firstly, they sound pretty similar, right? And not only that, but they are both vital parts of a dental office in the dental industry. So, it can be kind of confusing. So today we're just going to be talking about the differences between the two and the similarities between the two, and, which position could be right for you. Okay. So let's start off by talking about the main differences between job duties. So we'll be talking about the differences between job duties, their interactions with patients, salary, education level, and all those sorts of things. But let's start off by talking about job duties. Okay, so the first thing that's important to remember is, in general, dental assistants work mostly with dentists, directly with dentists, and dental hygienists work mostly with patients. Okay, so there's more interaction when it comes to dental assistants. There's more interaction with dentists, and when it comes to hygienists, there's more interaction with patients. Okay, so let's start off by talking about dental assistants and what they do. Okay, so dental assistants mostly handle preparatory and administrative tasks throughout the office, kind of the day-to-day operations and those sorts of things. They do have some patient care tasks, which we'll talk about here in just a second. But mostly, a lot of their duties include laying out instruments for the dentist and the dental hygienist to use during appointments and exams and procedures and all those sorts of things. And they also sterilize that equipment as well, right? So they sterilize that. They sterilize, patient chairs, tables, and all those sorts of things. Okay. And they also obtain patients' dental records, insurance forms, schedule appointments for patients sometimes. They can order supplies for the dentist's office, bill insurance, and bill patients for their appointments, and ensure that the payments are received and processed. So a lot of administrative and day-to-day operational tasks, right? In addition, on the more physical side, dental assistants aid dentists by handing instruments to dentists during like checkups and exams and procedures and all those sorts of things. And they basically help the dentist out with pretty much anything the dentist needs, okay? They also occasionally develop x-rays, and they take impressions of patients' teeth, work closely with the patients before, during, and after the dental procedures that the patients have to go through, okay? They also greet the patients, explain the process, what they will experience during the appointment, follow up on how it went, and all those sorts of things. They also speak to patients regarding, proper brushing, proper flossing, and just general oral health and oral care of their teeth when they're at home. Okay. So when it comes to the type of education you need for a dental assistant, basically you need a certification or a license, and you have to complete a diploma program in order to be a dental assistant. So first and foremost, you need a high school diploma or a GED, okay? And then after that, you have to go to dental training, okay? So the licenses can also, so basically, sorry, you go to dental training, okay, and then you obtain your license. And in some states, dental assistants also have to get licensure in X-rays, right, in developing X-rays and operating X-ray machines, okay? So, and those licenses are normally offered at the schools or the career colleges that you go to in order to get your dental assistant education, okay? So let's move on and talk about dental hygienists. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about dental hygienists and kind of what they do and, you know, kind of their job duties as compared to dental assistants. Okay, so dental hygienists are much more hands-on. Their job duties are much more hands-on than dental assistants, and they perform tasks that used to only be able to be completed by dentists. Okay. So they don't normally necessarily handle a lot of administrative or office management duty kind of tasks. And they mostly focus on working with patients. Okay. Their role tends to be a little bit less supervised and more independent than a dental assistant. And they do collect information from patients about their medical history and their dental history so that they can properly treat their teeth and their oral health needs. Okay. So they do things such as they polish patients' teeth, apply fluorides and sealants to teeth. They remove plaques, tartars, sutures, dressings, calculus, and stains from teeth. They handle a variety of exams such as periodontal, dental, extraoral, and intraoral, which allow them to look out for signs of diseases such as gingivitis. And they can aid patients in their recovery, okay? Dental hygienists conduct patient history reviews, check vital signs, take and process x-rays, and handle radiographs. And they also administer local anesthetics to patients who require them during specific treatments and will chart the patient's dental conditions for the dentist to refer to during the appointment, okay? Now, when it comes to education for a dental hygienist, they require a little bit more education. So they normally require at least an associate, sometimes a bachelor, sometimes a master's. Well, they require at least an associate or a bachelor. Sometimes you can go on to get your master's. Just depends on where you are. But that degree is required before they can take the licensure exam. And you do have to have a license in order to be a dental hygienist. So those are kind of the comparisons between the two, just kind of the general comparisons between the two. So if you're trying to decide whether to be a dental assistant or a dental hygienist, just understand that dental assistants, they have a little bit more of a personal relationship with their patients, and they work a lot more with dentists, and their roles and responsibilities, a lot of which are kind of administrative as well, okay? Whereas dental hygienist is a little bit more technical in nature, and they're working a lot more with patients, and they're working a lot more with actual oral cleaning and all those sorts of things. Okay, so that's a little bit about those. So I see some questions coming in. Hi, Colleen. I've been thinking about going back to school for dental assistant. That's fantastic. So happy for you. So you absolutely can. And dental assistant school, there's kind of, it depends on, the type of school that you go to. It can take as little as 10 weeks or, up to 2 years, anywhere between 10 weeks and 2 years, which, that's kind of a long, it's kind of a long stretch. But, it is a little bit shorter schooling than a dental hygienist. So that is definitely a consideration. Is it difficult to become a dental assistant? Well, it depends. There are definitely some skills that you need to have in order to be a dental assistant, and that includes, being a people person. It also includes, having a good grasp of like science, technology, and mathematics and everything to go through school and those sorts of things. So there's definitely some skills that you need to have in order to be a dental assistant. Okay, so. Yeah. So let's see. What kind of grades do you need to have to get into school? I'm not entirely sure. That's a really good question. I'm going to have to come back to that one. Let's see. You're definitely a people person. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm so glad you're a people person. Let's see. So, okay, so those are some pretty good questions coming in. So glad that you guys are, actively, commenting and coming at me with your questions. Really, really appreciate that. I do have some other frequently asked questions that I'm going to get to as well. So, how much does a dental assistant make compared to a dental hygienist? So that's a pretty good question, right? So, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which, by the way, if you're thinking about starting a career or going into a career change, BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, bls.gov, great resource, has a lot of information on, salaries and job duties and all those sorts of things. Okay. So when it comes to salaries, this information was obtained from bls.gov. So for a dental assistant, the national average, okay, $40,080 per year or $19.27 per hour. Okay. And then dental hygienist at $76,220 per year or $36.65 per hour. So again, these are national averages. Okay. So, depending on where you live and, how high the cost of living is in the area that you're in, it could be more, it could be less, just really depends. But that's national average. So you can see that there is a salary difference between the two. Okay. Should I become a dental assistant before a dental hygienist? Well, it's not necessary. You don't have to do it. You don't have to be a dental assistant before you're a dental hygienist, but you can be. And there are some advantages to being a dental assistant before being a dental hygienist. For example, it gives you a good idea of the dental industry, right? So like I said, dental assistant school is tends to be shorter than dental hygienist school, right? And if you're not quite sure if this is the career for you or that's what you want to go into, if you become a dental assistant first, then you have that experience and before you invest more time in your dental career. Okay. So that's kind of why the other good advantage is that you already have the training, right? So if you are a dental assistant before you're a dental hygienist, you already have a familiarity with the dental industry, and you kind of know what it's all about and kind of the different processes and procedures that go on in the day-to-day operations, right? So if you do get a position as a dental hygienist, you already have that kind of knowledge and experience, right? Because you were a dental assistant first. Okay. Another question, why do dental hygienists make more? That's a great question. Well, mostly because they have to have extra schooling. Like I said, dental assistant school, it can be as little as 10 weeks up to 2 years, whereas a dental hygienist has to have an associate's degree, which is normally at least 2 years, or a bachelor's degree, which is normally about 4 years. Okay. And not only that, but, like I said a little bit earlier, I talked about, the job duties of a dental assistant and the job duties of a dental hygienist. Dental hygienist is definitely more technical and you require more knowledge and those sorts of things. So that's a little bit why dental hygienists make more than dental assistants. Okay. Do employers favor employees who have both trainings? I think you mean, okay, so if they were dental assistant first and then a dental hygienist, they can, absolutely. Like I said, if you're a dental assistant first, you require less training when you become a dental hygienist. So that's kind of saving the company or the office a little bit of time in having to train you in the basics. So it definitely does. And not only that, if you were a dental assistant before a dental hygienist, you have more experience in the industry, which is always, a great thing in the workforce. Less training, and then also, it shows that when you have that longevity in the dental industry, it shows potential employers that you're serious about this career and that you are looking to move up and move forward. Okay, so yeah, it can be favored. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. So some other frequently asked questions. So how long do you go to school to be a dental hygienist? Like I said, dental hygienist is either an associate or a bachelor's, so at least 2 years to 4. You can also get a master's degree if you want to continue your education. And actually, I found some information on the ADA website, the American Dental Association website, ada.org. And they said that a bachelor's degree or master's degree can be required for teaching and or research, clinical practice in schools, or public health programs. So depending on what you want to do with your dental degree, it might determine whether you need an associate's or you need to move on and get your bachelor's or your master's. Okay, the more education you have, the more opportunities you're going to have in your career in the workforce. Okay. So let's see. Is it difficult to become a dental hygienist? So this is kind of like the dental assistant position. You definitely have to have some skill in the area so that you can learn all this information, absorb all these facts and information in order to be a dental hygienist. And the same thing with a dental assistant as well, right? So both a dental hygienist and a dental assistant, you definitely have to have people skills, okay? You definitely have to be able to build that rapport, build those relationships with people, give that good customer service and patient care and and have that chairside manner as well, right? So, very, very important to have those people skills, okay? And those are what we call soft skills. And I've done previous streams on this before, previous videos on, and mentioned, the difference between hard skills and soft skills. So the difference between hard skills and soft skills are those technical skills, right? So like computer skills or things of that nature, things that are easily trainable, easily tested. But when it comes to people skills, that falls a little bit more into the soft skills, which are a little bit harder to train and teach and not very easy to test at all. Okay. So those people skills, if you have those people skills on the front end or on the front end before you start your training and start your career in the dental industry, definitely helpful, and it's going to be a lot easier. But you definitely have to have those technical skills as well. So with a dental hygienist, need to be able to have those skills in science and mathematics and those sorts of things. And with a dental assistant, definitely need some skill in sort of the technical aspect, right? And using these machines and computer skills and all those sorts of things. All right. In addition, when more information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics website for both dental hygienists and dental assistants, the employment outlook over the next 10 years, so this information is from 2018, 2019. So over the course of the next 10 years, starting from 2018, 2019, the job outlook is 11%. Okay, which is actually pretty high. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average is 5%. So dental hygienist and dental assistant, it's more than twice that. Okay, so really good outlook for dental assistant and dental hygienist job outlook and positions in the future. Okay, so definitely one of the things that one of the areas, dental industry, definitely one of the areas that is going to continue to grow, at least based on data and statistics from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay. So let's see. Any other questions I have? So those are my FAQs. Let's see. I've got another. Let's see. Can I work in a dental office while getting training? You can. So it would be something that I would discuss with your employer, though. Just, say, like if you're a dental assistant or, even a front office person, you're like, look, I want to get my education in dental assisting or become a dental hygienist or something like that. A lot of the times, if you talk to your employer about that beforehand, a lot of the times they'll be able to help you when it comes to your schedule and those sorts of things, or at least they'll try to help you with it when it comes to your schedule. Most hiring managers that I've ever worked with. So if you don't know anything about me, I was in human resources for 11 years. I was a human resources specialist. And honestly, most hiring managers that I ever talked to, they always encourage employees to continue to train, continue to learn, to continue to educate themselves and move up. It shows that when you want to educate yourself and expand your skill set, a lot of the times employers will support that if they possibly can, and they'll help you with schedule and those sorts of things. And also, if you have like kind of a larger, like if you're working for more of a chain dentistry, like kind of like a national brand or something like that, talk to your human resources. A lot of the times they may have programs that can help you with your education and moving up and all those sorts of things and help you with your career pathing. Okay. Um, yeah, that's one reason I was thinking about it. The job outlook is pretty high, definitely something that's in demand. Yes, absolutely. You know, medical field and dental field kind of positions always in high demand, and they're always the types of positions that tend to have a really good outlook for the future. So yeah, absolutely. What if people don't want to work full time? Is it possible to work part time or even temp? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of the times, there are definitely companies out there that will, allow part time or temporary agencies, and, you know, Princess Dental Staffing can definitely help you with that. So, you know, you can absolutely work part time and do temporary work as well in order to get some experience. Also, if you can find some volunteering opportunities as well, great ways to pack your resume full of great information and great education and experience, and really make yourself really attractive to a potential employer. Okay. So that will do it for me today, everyone. Hey, thanks for participating. Thanks for all of these great questions, and thanks for tuning in while we were doing this live stream. And if you couldn't watch this when this was live, so glad that you got to watch it later. So, like I said, we're going to be switching starting this week. We're switching to Wednesday noon Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so if you don't want to miss any of our future live streams. If you don't want to miss any of our future live streams, be sure to like our page and to subscribe to our channel. And if you find this information interesting, please feel free to drop us a like or to drop us a comment with your questions, with your insights, with your thoughts. Okay. So thanks for tuning in today, everyone, and I will see you next week. And have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.